Yo, welcome everyone. Today I will show you why current Bitcoin price action looks extremely similar to the previous bear market in 2022. Now first let's actually zoom in on the 4-hour time frame to talk about what has been happening in the past 24 hours. It really does seem like that Bitcoin is right now chopping around at approximately 69,000 US dollar area, and once again it does look like the liquidity levels are one of the most important ones we should right now pay attention to. Why so? Only a few hours ago we got a push towards the upside, taking the liquidity exactly above our recent high. After the liquidity was taken, we are right now experiencing a rejection back down of approximately 4%. And of course this right here is right now also something we might be expecting to once again happen literally in the upcoming hours. What we are going to do, let's go with our channel, let's connect all of our recent highs and expand this one towards downside. Where does Bitcoin have another very important liquidity level? Again, exactly below the recent low at 67,300 US dollars. But not only that, because we got right here another higher low, we can right now also say another liquidity level on Bitcoin is coming in slightly higher at 68,200 US dollar area. So it really does look like the next levels we can right now be paying attention to for some kind of a local support level is simply going to be the bottom of our horizontal range. And of course also, if you watched my yesterday's video, you know exactly why the bottom of the range right here is such an important level. Let's go right now with the anchored view app, something not a lot of people are actually paying attention to, and let's anchor it exactly at this specific low at 60,000 US dollars. What can you right to see? The level is coming in exactly at the bottom of our horizontal range. So ideally right here, of course, we are looking for some kind of a liquidity grab below one of those specific lows right here. Then of course a reaction towards the upside where potentially we might be looking to fire another long or a buy trade. Of course, if there is going to be no reaction below our recent low, for sure we could be looking for lower, and our lower target, as we also said yesterday, is then simply going to be our golden Fibonacci ratio. But once again, for now it seems like we might be forming some kind of a horizontal range. That is why the bottom of the range is then definitely going to be the first very important local area of support. Another reason why ideally we are looking right here for quite a big bounce towards the upside for us to go at least above our recent highs is going to be when we pay attention to the order flow right here. Something I also posted about yesterday already in my free VIP Discord server, where I said it seems like the bullish CVD divergence is right now playing out. And let's go right now again with the CVD indicator that is very simply measuring if brand new buying or selling pressure is coming in the market. And what you're right now going to see, a brand new lower low is being formed on the CVD indicator while Bitcoin continues higher, and we are still getting right here another higher low. This right here is clearly a bullish divergence on the CVD indicator, bullish absorption, and technically speaking a beautiful bullish Bitcoin indication. That is right now why, of course, ideally we are looking right here for another rotation towards the upside. I do remain in all of my long trades on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, XRP, and also on Solana. If we do go slightly lower, I will potentially be adding even more capital to all of my long trades. If we do go lower, of course also my trading bots are actually going to be buying dip. That is right now why I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible right here. And of course also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right now let's actually zoom out on the weekly and also on the monthly time frame for us to compare our current price action with the one we got back in the bear market right here in 2022. I've seen a lot of people over on Twitter talking about that. Yes, right now we are still looking for another major push towards downside because our recent price action right here is looking extremely similar to the one we got right here back in May 2022. What exactly do I have in mind? We closed our weekly candle on Bitcoin as a bullish pin bar after already quite a significant push towards downside. Now pay attention exactly to this specific area. Bitcoin got a push down, we got a bounce right here, another push down, forming again a bullish candlestick pattern, a bullish pin bar with also taking the liquidity below the recent low. And of course, if you look like that, definitely the price action looks extremely similar. We took the liquidity below our recent low, forming a bullish pin bar. So I can definitely see why people are right now comparing our current price action with the one from back in May 2022. But I would actually right here say that it is not that simple. We are not really right now expecting that big of a push towards downside to be right now followed in the upcoming weeks. Why so? Because when you then go with the RSI indicator and also with the Adler stochastic CG oscillator, both of them are actually saying to us already right now that the bottom is right now potentially in, or maybe even very close. So let's go right now first of all with the relative strength index on the weekly time frame. What you're right now going to see, clearly we are already reaching the oversold area, and what we got right here back in May 2022, we were not really in the oversold area. The oversold area on the RSI was actually reached a few weeks later, when of course we definitely went lower on the RSI indicator, we went lower on Bitcoin, and of course right here we definitely got some kind of a temporary bottom. Right now already the RSI is definitely being in the oversold area, and that is right now why necessarily I wouldn't really compare this specific part of the price action with the one we are getting right here right now on the weekly time frame. Also, another reason why I'm not directly right now comparing the price action from 2022 with the one we are having right here is because also the monthly time frame doesn't really show that Bitcoin has experienced a major bounce towards the upside. Look right now at this. Back in 2022, Bitcoin actually formed two green monthly candles in a row. We got a bounce towards the upside, and only after that we got a bigger push back down. What we are getting right here, we haven't really formed any green candles on the monthly time frame, and if you right now pay attention to this, of course it can actually only be the first push towards the upside, then we are expecting a push towards the upside, and only then of course with the second part to be formed in the upcoming months right here. So I would definitely right now rather say right here, ideally on Bitcoin we are first of all looking for a bigger bounce towards the upside, at least for us to get some kind of a green candle on the monthly time frame, and only then of course another bigger push towards upside. And of course this specific prediction right here is going to play out beautifully with a potential ABC correction we are right now paying attention to. So what exactly do I have in mind? In my opinion, the scenario I'm going to show you right now is actually one of the most probable ones, and we can right now say we got right here an A elite wave, we are right now expecting the B elite wave, and only after this one is going to be formed we might be expecting another bigger push towards upside for our C elite wave, comparing our C elite wave with this last push towards the downside we got back in 2022. Only after the C elite wave is finished right here we might be then expecting another all-time high. But definitely right now when you go with the RSI indicator on the weekly time frame, we are already being in the oversold area, and also right now when we pay attention to the crypto fear and greed index, a lot of people right here are already being in the extreme fear. So it really does look like, looking at this indicator, at the crypto fear and greed index, looking at the RSI, and also right now looking at the Adler stochastic CG oscillator, in my opinion we do have quite a high probability that Bitcoin is going to get a bigger bounce towards the upside before then once again pushing much lower, maybe even below this specific low, below $50,000. And what you can right to see on the Adler stochastic CG oscillator, let's first of all actually go on the monthly time frame where we are right going to see we are being in the oversold area. Last time we were in the oversold was back in September 2024. Bitcoin got some kind of a bottom right here, we then started moving literally straight towards the upside. Also right here we reached the oversold area. It was not the exact bottom, but nevertheless then we then definitely started moving slightly back towards the upside. Yes, it did not happen right here in September 2021, but again it did happen right here in March 2022. We got oversold, Bitcoin bottomed out, and then we simply started moving significantly towards the upside. So I would say like that, before we might be expecting another bigger push down, ideally first of all we are looking for a bigger bounce. That is why I do remain in all of my long trades right here, and of course if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free $30,000 bonus with the first link down below. You register on Bybit, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free. Then also make sure you deposit because you're going to get another 20 USDT completely for free. And of course also when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Right now now let's also talk about the liquidations right here and also about our exponential moving averages on all higher term time frames. Because yes, unfortunately, right, the reality is on the daily time frame, we are definitely in a significant downtrend. The 50 EMA is below the 200 EMA, which simply means we are moving in a significant downtrend on the daily time frame. The exact same story is right now happening on the 4-hourly, on the 2-hourly, and of course also on the 1-hourly time frame. Ideally, we are looking for a bullish cross to be formed right here in the upcoming days. But what we said before, because we are paying attention to our horizontal range right here, maybe first of all take the liquidity below the recent low, and then of course ideally we are going to get some kind of a bounce towards the upside for us to then also break our horizontal range towards the upside, and of course also for us to get some bullish crosses on the exponential moving averages on the 1-hourly, 2-hourly, maybe even on the 4-hourly time frame. Additionally, pay right now attention to the Bitcoin exchange liquidation heat map going on the 1-year time frame. It really does look like bigger liquidations right now are not going to be anymore back towards the upside, but actually literally straight towards the upside. A lot of people right now are positioned in brand new short trades. Not only that, a lot of people are liquidated. Not only that, a lot of people right now are being very much scared. So I don't really think that a lot of people right now are actually going with brand new long trades literally on the entire crypto market. So that is actually going to be one of the reasons why, of course, ideally we are looking for a bounce towards the upside, because in this scenario, a lot of people right here are literally going to get completely wrecked and completely liquidated. Even for example, when we go right now with the Bitcoin liquidation heat map to actually see the exact levels, what you're going to notice on the 3-day time frame, definitely bigger liquidations are actually going to be below the recent lows, because if Bitcoin right now takes the liquidity below this specific low, approximately 68 million of long trades are going to get liquidated. However, if we are right now zooming out on the 1-week time frame, the story is definitely going to be slightly different. The bigger liquidations in this scenario are not going to be below our recent lows, but actually above the recent highs, exactly above this specific high, where over 221 million of short trades are going to get wrecked. So this right here is definitely going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. Additionally, going right now with the Bitcoin semi futures chart, what you're going to notice, we still do have quite a significant semi gap at approximately 85,000 US dollars, and 90% of all of the semi gaps usually get filled sooner rather than later. And this right here is also going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. That is right why ideally I am looking, of course, for Bitcoin to go higher. A lot of people right now are still selling, going with short trades, forming right now quite a significant bullish divergence, bullish absorption on the CVD indicator, which again also is going to be some kind of a bullish Bitcoin indication. And of course, if I right now need to make a bigger prediction right here on the weekly time frame, simply I would say, first of all, ideally we are looking for a bigger rotation back towards the upside before Bitcoin could potentially top out, let's just say at approximately 100,000 US dollars, before then also of course getting another major push down, maybe even below our recent low, for our price action right here on the weekly to be of course quite similar to the one we got right here back in 2022. That is why buying the dip right here is going to be, at least in my opinion, quite a smart idea, and that is why if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus with the first link down below. You register on Bybit, you're going to get 20 USDT completely for free. You deposit, you're going to get another 20 USDT, and of course also when you're going to open up your first trade, you're going to get even bigger bonuses using the first link down below in the description. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.